Welcome to another Python tutorial. So today's our topic is break and continue. These two are widely used in loops. So first of all we will see the definitions. The break statement terminates the loop containing it. Control of the program flows to the statement immediately outside the body of loop. And continue does not terminate but skip the rest of code inside a loop for the current iteration only. It does not terminate but continues on with the next iteration. So let's quickly understand this by looking at this problem. So in this problem we are going to take the 50 random numbers, and if the number is greater than 100 then it is going to call the break function, else if number is negative it is going to call the continue function, otherwise it will simply print the number. So let's see in the case of number 2 what will happen. So in this case it will directly go to the line number 7 and it will simply print this number, and the next iteration will be 1. So let's say now we have the number -1. In this case it will directly go to the line number 5 and the continue function will be called. So after calling the continue function it will directly go to the next iteration and it will skip the rest of code. So the next iteration is 2. And now let's see we have the number 200, and in this case it will directly go to the line number 3, and after this going inside this condition it will call the break function, and after calling the break function the loop will be terminated instantly. So after the break function there will be no iterations and the flow of program will directly shift outside the body of loop. So let's practice these two functionalities. So I'm gonna make the program in which I will make the list of players. I will keep taking the user input, and if the player with the same name is already in the list then I will simply ignore that player and continue with the process of adding with some other player. So first of all I will create the list, an empty list, and I also have to make a message and a new line character, enter the quit to terminate the program. Basically I'm gonna run an infinite loop, and in order to terminate that loop I have to write the word quit. While true. So this loop is never gonna end as long as true. Okay, the while w should be small. So I'm gonna print the message. Basically in each iteration it will print this message. It will keep telling us that what we have to do in order to terminate this program. And now I'm gonna take the user input, enter the player name, okay. So if player is quit, then we are gonna break this loop, and else if player is already in the list then we are not gonna add this player, and also we are gonna tell that sorry we cannot add this player, and continue. So basically it will not add the player and it will directly go to the next iteration. And let's write some code after continue in order to see that it skips this code or not. Print after continue statement. Okay, so otherwise it will simply add the player in the list, player, and also I'm gonna print all the players in the list in each iteration after adding. Okay, so let's save the program and run this program. So it is asking the user input. Let's give name John. Okay, so it has added the John and it simply printed the player name, and let's give the name Charlie. Okay, so now it is consisting the two names, and now Ali. So let's give the name again John, and let's see. Okay, so it is telling that sorry, we cannot add this player, of course, because player is already, and you can see that it didn't print the statement, it didn't print this statement, the line number 15, because after the continue, whatever is written, it will simply ignore that and will continue to the next iteration. Okay, so let's now write the quit. Okay, we can see that the program has been terminated. So this is how the break and continue works. The break will simply terminate the loop instantly, and the flow of program will directly shift outside the body of loop, and the continue statement will simply ignore the rest of code and will continue with the next iteration. So this is how the break and continue works.